Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. A cellular phone company offers two plans A and B as given below. Plan A, a fixed fee $25, first 30 minutes of free calls, and $0.20 is charged for each additional minute. Plan B, a fixed fee $40, first 2 hours free calls, and $0.45 is charged for each additional minute. What is the number of minutes when the total cost is the same for both the plans? Okay, so we have to find the number of minutes for which the total cost for both the plans A and B is same. Okay, let me assume X as the number of minutes for which the total cost for both the plans is the same. Let me write it over here. Number of minutes X. Let me write over here. Okay, now I have to find the total cost for plan A in terms of X. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line which represents total time, that is X number of minutes, and also let me mark some points over here. There is A over here, and B over here, and C over here. So the total length of this line segment AC represents the time X number of minutes, and this line segment, the length of the line segment AB represents the first 30 minutes. And what is the length of this line segment BC? To get the length of this line segment BC, we have to subtract the length of the line segment AB, that is 30, from this X. I'm getting X negative 30 minutes. So this is first 30 minutes, and the remaining minutes are X negative 30 minutes. According to the information, the first 30 minutes is free. There is 30 minutes of free calls. So the cost for this one is $0. Okay, then how much money is charged for each additional minute? So according to plan A, $0.20 is charged for each additional minute. Then what is the total charge for X negative 30 minutes? For that, we have to multiply charge per minute, that is $0.20, by the number of minutes X negative 30. Then I'm getting 0.20 times X negative 30. So this is the money charged for each additional minute. I mean the number of additional minutes after the first 30 minutes. Okay, and also we have a fixed fee of $25. Now to get the total cost, first we have to write the fixed fee positive. Then we have to write the amount charged for the minutes after the first 30 minutes. That is 0.20 times X negative 30. Let me write it over here. 0.20 times X negative 30. So this expression gives a total cost for plan A. So the same thing we have to do for plan B as well. So for that, what we have to do is again we have to draw a line over here. Let me mark the points on this line. Let me say this is A, and so this is point B, and this is point C, and the total length of this line segment AC represents the X minutes, and the length of this line segment AB represents the first 2 hours where the calls are free. Since we have to find the answer in number of minutes, better we can convert this 2 hours to minutes. When I convert 2 hours to minutes, it will be 120 minutes. That is for the first 120 minutes, no charge. And apart from first 120 minutes, for each additional minute, they are charging $0.45. Okay, here when the length of AB is 120, what is the length of BC? For that, we have to subtract the length of AB 120 from the total length X. Then I'm getting X negative 120. So this gives additional minutes after the first 120 minutes. So for each of this X negative 120 minutes, the company is charging $0.45. So $0.45 is charged for 1 minute. So what is the charge for X negative 120 minutes? We have to multiply charge per minute by the number of minutes, and I'm getting 0.45 times X negative 120. And the cost for the first 120 minutes is 0. Okay, now we have to write the total cost. When we write the total cost, first we have to consider fixed fee, $40. Apart from that, we have the amount charged for the minutes after first 120. This is given by 0.45 over here. Let me write the stuff over here. 0.45 times X negative 120. So this gives the total cost for plan B. Okay, so now according to the question, the total cost for both the plans must be same. That is, the value we get for this one and the value we get for this one must be equal, and we have to equate them and solve for X. X represents the number of minutes for which the total cost is the same. Okay, now let me equate the total cost for both the plans and solve for X. Let me do it. 25 positive 0.20 times X negative 30. This is the total cost for plan A, and for plan B we have 40 positive 0.45 times X negative 120. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to do some simplification. So 25 positive, you can distribute this 0.20 to X, then I'm getting 0.20X. When you distribute this one to negative 30, I'm getting negative 6 equals to 40. When I distribute this 0.45 to this X, I'm getting positive 0.45X. When I distribute this 0.45 to this negative 120, I'm getting negative 54. Okay, here we can write this 0.20x as it is. And when I combine this 25 and negative 6, I'm getting a positive 19. On the right side, we can write this one as it is. That is 0.45x. When I combine this positive 40 and negative 54, I'm getting negative 14. Okay, let me continue over here. Let me write the same equation. That is 0.20x positive 19 equals to 0.45x negative 14. Okay, so our aim is to solve for x, but we find the variable x on both sides of this equation. Okay, let me get rid of this term which contains variable on the left side. For that, let me subtract 0.20x from both sides. And also, let me get rid of this constant negative 14 on the right side. For that, we have to add 14 to both sides. This negative 14, positive 14 will cancel out, and this positive 0.20x, negative 0.20x will cancel out. When I combine this positive 19 and positive 14, I'm getting positive 33. On the right side, when I combine this positive 0.45x and negative 0.20x, I'm getting positive 0.25x. Okay, now to solve for x, let me divide both sides by 0.25. When I do so, this 0.25 will cancel out. So when I divide this 33 by this 0.25, I'm getting 132. On the right side, we have x. Okay, now I got the value of x, it's 132. Actually, we have assumed x as a number of minutes for which the total cost is the same for both the plans. So that is when the number of minutes is 132, the total cost is the same for both the plans.